The most common thing I see is a sterilized gut. You probably have a sterilized gut. The reason that it gets sterilized is because of what we do. We put trace antibiotics in our meat and dairy because those animals are so unhealthily raised that they get sick and then they get mastitis. And they did a study that's something like 1 ton of, it was like per 20 tons of milk is pus. Ugh, that's disgusting. First of all, gross. But also it tells us that mastitis, which is infection of their little udders, is what's going on, because anytime that you systematize something, it now breaks the natural cycle that nature intended, and things start to have pretty nasty impacts. Ugh, I'm sorry, I'm still grossing out. So, so when you are looking at your GI tract, here's how you know. First of all, nobody who's healthy and has a good GI tract is going to be watching my videos because they feel good. They can eat whatever the heck they want, right? Their brain works. They don't have brain fog and neurocognitive decline. They don't have autism spectrum issues and ADHD. They don't have that stuff because their gut works. We call it like a cast iron stomach. I used to have someone in my life and they would eat and then they would poop, and they would eat and they'd poop, and they'd eat and they'd poop. And I'm like, what must that be like? That's normal, by the way. 1 bowel movement a day means you're constipated. You should eat and poop. It's called a gastrocolic reflex. They have healthy microbiome flora, and they actually can tolerate food, and they don't have food particles leaking into their bloodstream, creating immune responses, and they don't get autoimmune as a result of that, and that's what's going on. And so I hope that information is helpful. Here's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you eat a lot of vegetables. Vegetables are the food for your microbiome. 50 to 250 different types of veggie, fruit, plant material every month is what you want. And that makes sure that you're feeding all the different animals in your zoo. If you think of your microbes as a zoo, right? Hippopotamuses and giraffes and toucans and otters and snails and birds, and they all eat different stuff. So you got to feed them. All right. Hope that helps.